Yo, what's going on, guys? Dallas again, Chaos Fragrances. This video is going to be on top 10 best fragrances for a beginner. So I know how it is. Getting started out in the fragrance game, it can be kind of overwhelming. There's so many fragrances out there, so many different reviews, top 10 lists and stuff. It's kind of hard to know where to start, which fragrances to start with. I kind of did a video on this called How to Start Your Collection. You can see that video up here somewhere, but I didn't really go into specifics. So today I'm going to be going over 10 of the fragrances that I have that I think would be great when it comes to starting your collection. Basically what I'm looking for in this list is fragrances with good performance and good reactions, alright? Because when it comes to starting your collection, you don't want to waste your money on fragrances that don't perform, that aren't really going to smell that good to people around you, right? When you're starting your collection, you want good performance, you want good reactions. So these fragrances here will have that. Before we do get started though, guys, make sure you like this video. Likes really help with engagement on my channel. Also subscribe if you haven't done that already. I post 3 times a week. Definitely don't want to miss that. And while you're at it, you can follow my Instagram at Chaos Fragrances. I post there quite a bit too. Some behind the scenes, scent of the day, stuff like that. So check it out. Let's get into the list. Now we do have 2 honorable mentions. We got Versace Pour Homme and L'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. The reason why these are 2 honorable mentions are because basically the performance, alright? For those of you that don't know, Versace Pour Homme, a very, very popular fresh scent. Just the problem is with the newer formulations, it just doesn't perform that well. It doesn't last you that long. So it's unfortunate, but it's the case. So I had to put this as an honorable mention. As for L'Homme, talked about this one quite a bit on my channel. For those of you who don't know, this is my apple orchard fragrance. It has this kind of appley ginger vibe up top. So this is something that I'd wear in the fall to an apple orchard, things like that, to give you an idea of how this smells. And again, the reason why it's an honorable mention is because the performance, it just isn't that good. So I had to put it here, but still an awesome fragrance. Just couldn't quite make the list. So with that, let's get into my number 10. My number 10, Ellis 360 Red. If you want to smell like the original Acqua di Gio and pay a fraction of the price and get better performance, go for this one right here. This is an awesome fragrance. It kind of adds a spicy vibe to the Acqua di Gio DNA. Kind of changes things up. Smells really, really nice. Definitely a compliment monster out in the summer heat. Can't go wrong with this one. And again, it's like $20. So great one right here. Can't go wrong with this one. At my number 10, Ellis 360 Red. Number 9, we've got Azzaro Wanted. This fragrance is kind of like a lemony version of Invictus. It does get compared to Invictus a lot, which I do smell. So basically take the original Invictus, add some lemon in the opening, change a few other things around, and you basically get this. It's not a clone by any means. The dry down does go in a different direction, but the opening of this does get compared a lot to Invictus. This is still a nice scent though. Really, really good performance, like really good. Will easily last you all day and then some, and project really well so people will smell you. So you can't really go wrong with this one. The reason why it's at number 9 is because it's nothing that will blow you away. For example, my number 3 fragrance on this list, first time I smelled it just blew me away. This is something that probably won't do that. And it's, you know, again, a nice price, really good performance, good reactions. It's just, you could put your money elsewhere and do a little bit better when you're starting out. So anyway, my number 9, Azzaro Wanted. Coming in at only number 8, this was tough. I'm not gonna lie, this was tough. I was rearranging everything, trying to figure out where I could put this, where I could put everything. And this ended up getting bumped down to number 8. We got Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Awesome fragrance right here. It's known in the community for the insane amount of compliments it gets. The downside is this one is a little bit expensive. The performance I've also found to be hit and miss. I have the EDP version. Performance is pretty good. I've heard some people say that it's not so good and you get this and that. So could be hit and miss as far as performance goes, but still I get good performance, really good ladies reactions. It just is a little bit pricey. Only at number 8, Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Alright, coming in at number 7, we have another cheaper fragrance here. This is one that I've really talked about a lot. Again, really good performance, really good reactions, and again, really cheap price. We got Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. So this fragrance, you get this powdery, peppery, masculine scent. This stuff is really nice, really good for just winter, I would say. Fall and winter, colder months is when this shines the most. If you wore this in the heat, it could get a little bit too sweet, but performance is beast mode. Like I said in another video, I wore this up to Chicago when it was like single digits temperature, and this thing projected like a beast walking around the city. and awesome stuff. Again, $20 or so, you have to have this fragrance in your collection, especially when you're starting out. You can't go wrong. I also did a review on this one you can check out, but this is my number 7. Yep, my number 7, F Black. Coming in at number 6, we have a newer release. This one is going to be Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct. So this is literally just tropical vacation, just summer vacation in a bottle. Really, really nice stuff. I love how this smells. You have this really unique melon note, which is not really common in men's fragrances. Also kind of have this spiciness too, this muskiness. Awesome stuff, very good stuff. Performance is about moderate, on the higher end of moderate, I would say. Definitely good enough. Really good reactions with this. You would smell awesome. You'd smell just like a fun, playful guy. And this stuff is great. And again, the price isn't too bad, probably around $30 or so. I'll have all the links to these below where you can grab them, but really good price for this one. Awesome scent. Definitely going to put a pretty big dent in this bottle in the summer, or upcoming spring and summer. So looking forward to that, guys. But anyway, number 6, First Instinct. Alright guys, number 5, Club de Nuit Intense Man by Armaf. So this fragrance right here is a clone of Creed Aventus. For you newer guys who are watching this video, that fragrance is basically known as the king of men's fragrances, king of compliments, everything. It is a niche fragrance. It is very expensive. Like I said, you can get it at discounters for like $300. But if you go to the Creed website, it's like $425, $450 retail, which is insane for, you know, a 4-ounce bottle, 3.3 ounce bottle, which is insanely expensive. I may or may not have a bottle of that coming, just so my subscribers are aware of that. But this fragrance right here, like $40 last time I checked, and is pretty close to the original Creed Aventus. I did a review on this one where you can check out my whole thoughts on it, but very close, 95%. You basically get this pineapple birch tar smokiness in the dry down. Smells so good. Gets me crazy compliments like you've never believed. I talk more about that in my review, like I said, but really good stuff right here. The reason why it's kind of low on this list is because, one, there are some kind of variations similar to Aventus with the batch variation. I found that there are batch variations even with this, which is kind of a bummer. Hit and miss performance. Mine performs really good, 8 hours or so longevity, sometimes more with good projection. Other people have claimed that it's not so good. And just for those who ask me every time, this batch is, I can't read it. Okay, this is batch number 2376917, 2017, made in France. For everyone who asks me that every time I talk about this, there you go. So like I said, guys, really good stuff. So again, the reason why this is low is because, again, the batch variation performance kind of hit and miss. Also because the opening is pretty synthetic. Instead of getting a pineapple opening, you kind of get this lemony opening, which is synthetic. It's not like a quality lemon like in Cedrat Boisé, for example, which is something that gets compared to Aventus. Isn't like it at all, really, but gets compared. So like I said, the opening is kind of synthetic, kind of harsh, and it's something that if you do buy this, you'll want it to give it some time to dry down on your skin before letting people smell it, because again, the dry down is very close and it's a lot more well blended than the opening. So give this one a shot, guys, if you want to smell like Aventus for like $40. I'll have a link below, like I said. Can't miss out on this one, number 5. Alright guys, number 4, we have another cheaper one here. Again, just straight up $20. You can even get this at like Marshall's. CK Shock. This is kind of smooth, sticky, ambery tobacco scent. Really nice. Probably one of my favorite Calvin Klein scents. The performance is actually moderate on this one. Again, a little bit on the higher side of moderate, I'd say. Definitely good enough for what you need. And again, really good compliments and stuff like that. And again, the price, really cheap. Really nice one right here. Something a little bit different compared to the other Calvin Kleins, which are usually fresh, so worth checking out. Really good price. This is another one that you should definitely check out. CK Shock. Number 3, guys. This one was, again, kind of tough for me because this kind of was one of the fragrances that I started out with, and if you remember earlier on in the video, I said this one was one that just blew me away when I first smelled it. It's good. Dolce Gabbana The One Eau de Parfum. So this thing right here, you get this tobacco amber, grapefruit. This stuff is gorgeous. Like I said, the first time I smelled it, blew me away. This is probably my 3rd fragrance I think I bought. That was still when my nose was very inexperienced. But this stuff blew me away when I first smelled it. It still does when I smell it, just so good. I put it at number 3 because, again, like you can guess, performance. It can be spotty. On me, I get decent performance out of this. Maybe I'm just lucky. I get sometimes on a good day 7 or 8 hours. People complain of getting like 3 or 4 or 5. To me, anything 6 and up isn't bad. Some people a lot more out of these fragrances now. To be fair, this is an EDP version, which you do expect more. But some people are a little bit harsh. If you're going off reviews, definitely test it on for yourself, because I know some of the reviews get pretty harsh and they say it's awful because it doesn't last as long as like a extracted whatever. So again, guys, Dolce Gabbana the One, awesome stuff. Number 3, Dolce Gabbana the One EDP. Number 2, we have a fragrance I actually haven't talked about yet on my channel. This is something that isn't new. It's actually been out for a while. It came out in 2004, so this isn't new by any means. But I also haven't really talked about it on my channel. And this one is number 2 because really good price, good performance, really good reactions, like really, really good reactions, because it's up there with my number 1, which you'll see in a minute. So really good reactions, and it's something that is a little bit more unique, and people don't really wear it that much. It's not even really talked about that much. That fragrance is Burberry Brit for men. You can see I just got my little baby 1 ounce bottle right here. I do definitely plan on getting a full 6.7 ounce bottle because this stuff is awesome. I have it on my hand right here. So good. So this fragrance is kind of this fresh, spicy, you get rose, you get ginger, you get this kind of peppery vibe. This smells really, really good. Gets me a lot of compliments, like a lot. This thing is really, really good. It actually impressed me a lot, the amount of compliments this gets me, because it's not really talked about that much. If you go on people's top 10 most complimented list, it's never really on there. So it surprised me that I got that much, but really good complimenter right here, compliment getter right here. Again, performance is moderate, on the upper side of moderate, 6 to 7 hours, 8 hours maybe, which again is pretty good. Projection pretty good, really good. It kind of again combines this kind of freshness with the sweetness, which I think is why women like it so much. It just is does a really good job at that. And again, the price is really good. So this fragrance right here, number 2, could be a really good beginner fragrance because really good compliments, good performance, good price. You aren't going to offend anyone by it, and you can't really go wrong with that. So number 2, Burberry Brit for men. You have to get this fragrance, guys. Even if you already have a collection and you don't have this or you haven't smelled it, you have to get it right now. Seriously, get it. I might do a review on this one if enough people request me to review it. I will, so let me know. But yeah, seriously, guys, awesome stuff. Don't sleep on this. Number 2, Burberry Brit for men. Alright, we're at my number 1 spot now, guys. Thanks for sticking around if you have. If you haven't, that's a bummer because you're going to miss out on some stuff right here. So number 1, we got 2 fragrances actually. We got a tie, and the reason why is 1, they're kind of similar, not really similar smelling. Somewhat they are. They're mostly just kind of in the same category. So I wanted to include these as a tie. I didn't really want to take up 2 spots with these. So it's going to be a tie. These fragrances, one's a little bit on the expensive side, one is about moderately priced. Both are really good compliment getters, like insanely good. They both have really, really good performance, 9+ hours with really good projection, so it's going to be pushing out really good. They're both extremely versatile, can be worn any season, any occasion, any time of year. So these 2 fragrances, you might have an idea of what these are if you, again, are familiar with fragrances, but if not, these are going to be Dior Sauvage and Versace Dylan Blue. So these fragrances right here, awesome, awesome stuff. Now the main things you're going to get from basically both of these is ambroxan, pepper, and bergamot. Okay, so those 3 notes are mainly what you're going to get for both of these. Dior Sauvage right here, you get this blast of bergamot, peppery, ambroxan in the beginning, and it kind of dries down to this woodsy, lavenderish kind of, this kind of lavender woodsiness with it, still with the ambroxan and pepper present. Really nice one right here. It stays mostly linear, meaning throughout the duration of the scent it's not going to change that much, which is something that in this case is good because you don't have to worry about it drying down into something that's kind of weird and off-putting smelling. This is something that for the whole duration that it's on your skin, you will get compliments like crazy, you'll get noticed like crazy, and that's good. As far as Versace Dylan Blue, this one has a little bit of a sweetness to it. The ambroxan in this one is a little bit less kind of sharp and bright. The ambroxan is a little bit more sticky sweet to my nose, but similar thing, you get this kind of pepperiness. This one is a little bit more smooth and a little bit more sweet, which is why I say that this one could be worn on dates. Could be a really good evening fragrance. To be honest with you, you could kind of think of it as an evening fragrance and a daytime fragrance. So evening, daytime, and that's why I put these up here, because you don't have to worry about trying to buy a whole bunch of these, having one date fragrance, one outdoor fragrance, blah blah blah. You buy one of these and you're set for a while. You can do some more research, decide if you want to maybe add more to your collection if you like this type of community. So I think that's why these two great fragrances for beginners starting out, and that's why they're on my number one. I'm out of breath, man. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is kind of to help you newer guys out, give you some ideas. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video. Like I said, likes really help me out. Also subscribe if you haven't, and then leave a comment down below telling me which fragrances you started out with, or if you have any questions about any of these, definitely leave them down below. I reply to literally every comment. Again guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.